The legendary DJ Holiday. Hip hop has a foundation that everyone needs to recognize. A lot of people don't understand what was going on during that particular time. From what I recall personally, in the mid '70s, the early '70s, we had just a bunch of youths that were coming from the '60s movement. We needed an outlet. We needed a way to vent our frustrations. We needed a direction, and music was that direction. I focus on Muhammad Ali a lot when it comes to rappers, because Muhammad Ali's way of speech, his form of rhymes and all, that played a major part in hip hop, but a lot of people don't acknowledge that. As far as the DJ scene goes, back in the early '70s, I'm a little kid. I'm maybe like 10 years old, and they're having all these jams in these schoolyards. And my family is like, I don't want you running around all those people. There's too many people out there. But Mom, they're jamming in the park. And you grab your boys and, you go down there anyway. I had a few partners I should run with. My man DJ Ricky E, my man Cheese, Melly, my best friend Spice, rest in peace, my man Vern, and his brother Akron. And we would all get together and we would go to these parks and we would, this is the head move. Why, they getting busy. They take us to the echo chamber. Where's it plugged into? It's plugged into this big light pole. And I'm like 10, 11 years old. And there was a guy by the name of the Imperial DJ JC, who was with Kool Herc and the Herculoids. And I'm out in Cedar Park, and he does this mix with Apache and Heaven and Hell, and I knew right then and there that I had to be a DJ. It was just that simple. It affected me in a way that people, I don't know, there's no way to explain it. Like you see your favorite movie star, or your favorite food is on the table. You light up, and you follow that light. I give a lot of love to JC, because just seeing him do his thing taught me to DJ. I went home and grabbed my mother's old Al Green albums and Earth, Wind & Fire albums, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And I'm trying to spin a record back. I didn't have a mixer, so I'm DJing with the volume control. There was no pitch control back then, so I'm learning how to mix by dragging the side of the record. I'm grabbing a little hole on the middle, and I'm dragging it to make things mix, which is, like today, they say I'm the creator of the blend. I take credit for that. I don't care. If I'm not, hey, so be it. But during that time, we were running around playing games like Roundup, Ring Alivio, with the girls run, catch and kiss. And when you heard those sounds hit off the buildings, like from a schoolyard, it would drive you crazy. And the sound would reverberate for blocks and blocks. And everybody and their mother, they're having a jam over so-and-so park. We know, we can hear it. And everybody, you run to the park. And you just vibe. Like the first group I remember to really throw down in a park was Kool Herc and the Herculoids. This is the first group I ever saw in a park. Then as years went by, it was 18 Park. And I would go out and watch Flash. Watch Flash in the 5. The L Brothers, just bananas. Busy Bee used to drive me out of my mind. Theodore, to this day, is one of the greatest DJs I've ever seen. Waterbed Kev, the guys they would come to the hood and they would tear it down, man. They would just tear it down. And at the time, we didn't recognize that there was going to be a business behind this. We didn't know how far hip-hop would go. Back then, you did it for the love of the game. MCs lived for their touches on the mic. Can I get on at the next jam? DJs, I just want to get on. I just want to cut one record. We would section off the equipment with like a rope. It would be like around the speakers and all. And the one thing you heard at every jam was, if you're not down, please move from behind the ropes. The music would stop. If you're not down, please move from behind the ropes. And everybody, I know I'm down. I ain't trying to move. Man, I'm down with you, right? It was crazy. I was discovered by Tila Rock and Special K, really Special K from the Treacherous 3. I became a little neighborhood icon between 76 and 79. I'm hot in the schoolyard. I put my speakers on my fire escape in my window. If my mom's not home, I said, don't take your stuff outside, baby, because anything can happen. They have these shootouts and the police come and they take your stuff, or somebody knock your stuff down. So I would just put my speakers out on the fire escape and people stand in front of my window. And I would just cut records back and forth, using the volume. And I became famous in my neighborhood before anything. And one day I was down at Norman Thomas High School, and Kool Moe Dee and the fellas were famous, for rocking in the lunchroom. They hadn't had a record out or anything yet. But I meet Special K from the Treacherous 3 on the number 4 train. We both got off on Mount Eden. And he says to me, yo, man, I be seeing you around the way. You be doing your thing, man. I like that, man. He said, my name is Special K. I'm with a group called the Treacherous 3. I'm like, I know who you are, bro. You know, you Treach 3. He said, yeah, we going to put our first record out. We got a jam that we doing tonight. Why don't you come? It's Usher the Crash Crew at the PAL. And this might have been maybe 70, might have been 79, 80. I think it was 80. And K called me up. I went over to his crib. We jumped in an OJ, went up to the PAL, and I think this is the moment that I became DJ Holiday. K was on the mic, and you know they do their shout outs, and so on is in the house, and so is in the, you know, that made you feel good. You know, okay, I'm down. I'm a part of hip hop, and out of nowhere, Special K was like, and Holiday is in the house, and I was like, oh, I'm down. What? This is what it is. After that, I kind of got an S on my chest, and I became DJ Holiday, and I followed through on that. Over the years, I worked for a lot of groups. Tila Rock, Special K, their brother Tone, Nice and Smooth, UTFO, Full Force, Lisa and the Cult Jam, Bobby Brown. I've worked for a lot of groups. I don't think I've had the experiences of the 70s will never be overcome because it was raw hip hop. Nothing was planned or scheduled. I mean, the MCs had their routines, but as a DJ, everything was about the flow of how you cut and scratched your records. It's about catching that break part, going from one to the other, and the MCs would follow suit. They follow what you do, but it was all up to the DJ. Hip hop started with the DJ. Nowadays, it's like there's so much focus on the rapper, on the MC. Hip hop began with the DJ. You go back to guys like Pete DJ Jones, the original DJ Junebug from The Fever, Lovebug Starsky. Years later, it was maybe like Cool DJ AJ, like Herc, Theodore. These guys laid the foundation for us. There's so many names that I don't even know where to start. But guys like JC, Theodore, they opened the doors for me. I mean, seeing these guys manipulate the disc out in schoolyards let me know that this is what I was born to do. I just didn't know how far it would go. None of us knew. None of us saw the vision. I didn't envision sitting here in this chair over 30 years later telling this story. I mean, no one saw it. No one saw it. You can kind of say the same thing with Michael Naismith, you know, basketball. He had a basketball and was shooting in a peach basket in his backyard. People that lived upstairs from me, Pete and Butch from down the hall. These were all people that all told me, you don't worry about what's going on out there, man. You say you're going to play with them records, man. Go and play with them records. That's what you do, play with them records. And get your butt in school. Get your butt to school. That's the most important thing. Go to school. I play hooky a lot, man. When I did, it's like in high school. You know, I'm playing hooky like mad. And every time I play hooky, we had a party at my house. Because I had the turntables and had the records. Bring 4 or 5 guys over the house. Breakdancing, back in the schoolyard in my neighborhood, we had, my group was the Magnum Force Crew, and we had these breakdancers, Billy and Zulu, and these guys were out of control. I mean, the moves that they were doing back then are the moves that you see now. I mean, I don't know. The only way to explain it is the break part in music drove us insane. This is what formed hip-hop. When the break part of the record came, we would lose our minds. It's as simple as that. I don't care if you were on a dance floor dancing with someone else, if you were a break dancer, if you were a DJ, or if you were an MC. The break part of the record is what made it happen for you. It's what made it happen. If you're a DJ, you're cutting the break so the MC can get his rhyme on. So it was important to the MC, not the rapper. We had MCs. For the break dancers, they stand around saying, when the break part come, oh my God, see, this is it. This is where I get to get loose. It all goes back to the DJ. Us. This is where it started, people. Sedgwick Avenue and Cedar Place. The year was 1973. The man was DJ Kool Herc. Anybody tell you anything different is lying to you. And you heard it from DJ Holiday.